Hello, Professor. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about transformation and change at Leeds Rhino. This is the agenda I have for this presentation. I have introduction, lessons, pros and cons, challenges, views of culture, IGOPAS, and conclusion. About this presentation, let's start with this case study and what exactly was going on in around 1996 when Gary Hetherington and his business partner Paul Caddick took over the struggling Leeds Rugby League Football Club, which was deeply in debt and performing poorly. Hetherington, despite having no formal management training, used a straightforward, common sense approach focused on financial sustainability, collaboration, and building a supportive environment for staff and fans. By empowering his teams and fostering partnership with institutions like Leeds Beckett University and rugby clubs in Australia, he transformed the club into a commercially, practically, and successful entity. And under Hetherington's leadership, the Leeds Rhino not only improved their league performance, winning all three major league trophies in 2015, but also became a central part of the Leeds community, known for his professional standards and inclusive culture. What are the major lessons that can be learned from this case study? I think the first one is financial discipline. It means the focus on financial sustainability by keeping a close watch on the bottom line, and also empowering team, trusting and empowering capable managers to lead operations, and collaborative culture by fostering partnership and collaboration both within and outside the organization, and community engagement by building stronger connection with the local communities to enhance loyalty and support, and also continuous improvement, reinvesting profits into the club for long-term goals and improved facilities. His decision had its own pros and cons. For pros, one is could be empowerment of staff by trusting capable managers to handle operations. Hetherington created a supportive, trust-based environment, allowing expertise to grow and reducing micromanagement, and also collaboration and partnership, strategic partnerships with institutions like Leeds Beckett University and Rugby Club in Australia, fostered innovation and community engagement, and leading to a stronger, more resilient organization. And the cons could be Hetherington's reliance on common sense rather than formal management practices could lead to missed opportunities for structured strategic planning and risk management. And also balancing many partnership and collaboration could stretch resources thin and making it harder to focus on core business operations and long-term goals. The major future challenges for Leeds Rhino, and how would I go about dealing with these? It could be maintaining financial sustainability as the club grows, ensuring a steady flow of revenue while managing operational costs will be crucial. Solutions include diversifying income streams such as merchandise, sponsorship deals, and expanding partnership. Also, adapting to market change, the sport industry is evolving with increased focus on digital engagement and fan experiences. The club should invest in digital platforms and enhance fan interaction through virtual experiences and social media. Also, one of the biggest challenges could be talent retention and development, and ensuring the recruitment and retention of top talent, both players and staff, is critical. Developing youth academic and providing a supportive work environment will help retain a key figure. Also, making a stronger community engagement as a part of the Leeds community. Rhino must continually enhance their presence and contribution. Initiatives like local partnerships, community programs, and sport development for youth will build up their community ties. How does the Hetherington case relate to the views of culture as something as organization is versus something it has? I think the Hetherington case shows that culture can be changed. Hetherington leads Rhinos by encouraging teamwork and a winning attitude, proving that with the right leadership and organization's culture can be improved. Also, I think Hetherington's attempt to include a winning mindset and help to establish organizational culture and contribute to the team's sustained success. And as the team became more committed to reaching their objectives, productivity increased and turnover were reduced by fostering a positive and encouraging environment where players wanted to stay. There was a high level of satisfaction because both players and supporters were interested in the team's development and helped the organization. About IGOPAS, I think one example of each variable could be individual, refers to the mindset of players, where Hetherington worked to install a winning mentality. Also group, related to team unity, as he fostered a culture of cooperation. Organizational culture is shown by the shift to more determined and success-driven atmosphere. Productivity improved with more wins, and absenteeism decreased as players became more committed, and satisfaction improved as a team morale increased, and turnover was reduced as the culture changed. Encourage players to stay. And for this story, these are the conclusions that I'm thinking about them. One, Hetherington's leadership transformed the Leeds Rhinos culture by promoting teamwork and a winning mindset. And his efforts shows that organizational culture can be deliberately changed with the right strategies and leadership. And the success of the Leeds Rhinos demonstrate the impact of culture on overall team performance and retention. That was my presentation, and these are my references. Thank you so much, Professor, for your time, and thank you for all good classes.